welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and you've made it so far to this video on minimalism. Starting on the journey for about 2 years now, and over those 2 years there's certain things that I've noticed, certain things that have changed, and certain reasons for becoming a minimalist and practicing this type of living. My 5 reasons to start minimalism today. 1. I was a hoarder. If you're a hoarder, you know how this feels. I would have clothes that would have been unworn for weeks and weeks, and these clothes didn't bring much meaning to my life because they would just sit in my drawers or in my closet and literally do nothing for me. Being the hoarder that I was didn't really give me that room to really appreciate what I had. I had multiple things that I thought would bring me joy, and they did for a couple of days or so, but they weren't items of clothing or possessions that I would personally want to take with me through life and use regularly. It was just item after item after item, purchase after purchase after purchase, and after a while all these things just started hoarding. I had the money to spend and save, but what I did spend my money on was materialistic. This shift in minimalism helps you see the bigger picture, helps you define what really means something to you rather than what is just sitting around and collecting dust and not really bringing much value to your life personally. Number 2, the need for simplicity. How many times have you ever felt stressed because you've got a lot going on, or there's a lot happening around you that's erratic, that's busy, that's draining, and at the end of the day you're just completely exhausted. You feel like you've used all your energy and your time and you don't know where it's gone. That was my decision to simplify. Write down the things that make you feel the best, bring you the most meaning, and simplify it. If you don't want to have a busy day, do not set out to have a busy day. Plan well, take away the things that don't bring meaning to your life, that don't prioritize what it is that you find important in life, not what others find important in life, but what you find important in life, and work on those simple things. Number 3, budgeting. Oh, this is a fun one. When you turn to minimalism, you really see what you need versus what you want. And a budget is based around what you essentially need. In minimalism, I noticed there were a lot of things that I could go without, that I didn't essentially need. And when you kind of break down your budget, you kind of see like, wow, I don't need to spend money in this area, and I don't need to buy this, or I don't need to buy that. It's just the desire to buy. And when you understand this concept, then everything that comes your way in tempting you to buy it doesn't win. It doesn't win at all. I think when you budget, you really set yourself up for making do with what you have, using what you have, doing what you can with what you have. And for me, a budget set that out pretty clearly because I could see where the money was going, I knew how much I was spending, and I knew what I needed and I didn't need. Number 4, traveling light through life. This was great for me. When I say traveling through life light or lightly, I mean coming from a place where you would normally have a lot of stuff to arriving in a place where you just have the necessities. I think for me personally, the hoarding aspect of my life was an area where things were very heavy. You know, when I moved from my apartment to live up north, or move up north, I had accumulated so much stuff in my apartment in such a very small, short amount of time. And that stuff just, it blocked my train of thought. It was harder to get rid of. You know, it weighed me down. And I'm talking about excessive number of pairs of jeans. Okay, extra coats I didn't wear or need. You know, the pantry fully stocked, food that would expire, and food that I just did not have the desire to eat or need, and it just grew on me, you know, and it was something that I had to take with me in the end, or give away, when I moved from my apartment up north to Washington State. And that was a bit of a turning point. You know, it didn't take away that hoarding aspect that I had, or that hoarding mentality, but it was the first step in realizing, like, hey, I don't want to travel through life heavy and exhausted and feeling very weighed down. So I think that's one thing that minimalism has given to me, is the ability to travel light. Number 5, I want to teach my kids that going through life with the bare essentials is fulfilling. That you do not need to have a million things at your disposal to be happy. You do not need to have the latest, you know, gadgets, or the latest car, or, you know, look a certain way. It's how you feel, how you present yourself to the world. And when it comes to minimalism, I want them to kind of see that, hey, you know, you don't need all this excessive stuff to be happy or to be fulfilled. You don't need, you know, more than one game console. You don't need to find fulfillment in material objects. And these are sort of life lessons that I want to demonstrate and to role play to them when it's their turn to, you know, start their own life and move out and kind of see what it is to really just live and just be with what you need. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in to today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more.